Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Raj and Rich Show.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. My God, we're getting close to tying Star Wars.
Right.
Only not as good.
True.
Not even close.
Very true.
Wow. So, anyway, you are...
I'm Raj.
And I'm Rich.
So,
not
he
Rich.
wishes.
I wish. I wouldn't be doing this here. We'd actually have a studio.
That would be awesome.
We'd look professional. Okay, we would look as close to professional as possible. Okay.
All right, so we actually got quite a few things to talk about tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
And believe it or not, Amtgard's a small part of what we're going to talk about.
Amtgard is a very small part, which is actually kind of unsettling.
It is, because that means something bad's about to happen.
The calm before the storm.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is not good.
Every day Todd gets worried. Oh, let me turn this around. We're not getting sponsored by them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're not getting sponsored by these people.
There
so
we go.
Here, read the barcode.
Saracens.
Alright, yeah, right. You're a third grader, you did it too, so I don't even want to hear it.
No, barcode.
Right. Oh yeah, we don't barcode anymore. Okay, we used to, I'm not gonna lie. We used to, like, hey, you got a pulse, you're in. But anyway, so we got a little bit to talk about Amtgard and a lot of mundane shit, because, I mean, the mundane world has fucked up a lot.
A lot. It's fucking ridiculous, but it's awesome all
at
the
same
same time.
Alright, so first, do we want to cover what got discussed on the Amtgard page?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, so two different things that caused a shitstorm on the Amtgard page. I'm surprised the one particular one about asking somebody if they could be impartial in an investigation and whether actually they should recuse themselves stayed on as long as it did before they shut the comment section off, because you got into a fight with a knight.
I did.
And so, you know, a local social justice warrior in another kingdom decided that they were going to try to defend and rationalize blackmail, which is illegal in the state of Maryland, which is where they were.
Yes.
It's illegal. It's a felony.
And Virginia.
Well, in Virginia, it's a misdemeanor up to a certain point, and it becomes a felony. In Maryland, it's just a straight-up fucking felony.
Yes.
Okay, and tried to rationalize committing a felony on the Amtgard page, and nobody caught it.
I caught it.
Well, I mean, I caught it. I'm the one that looked it up to verify that it was a felony in that state. Okay. So and then that went on and on and on and on, and by the time it got done, pretty much, it turned into a big ass amount of nothing, because they shut the comment section down on it and everybody went quiet. However, she did throw the former president of their board of directors right under the bus.
Wasn't that Mike Tato?
That would be Tato.
Tato.
Yeah, Sir Tato. She threw him completely under the bus, claiming that he was only acting off of what he thought were the rules, and he was victim shaming. So there you go. So if anybody knows Mike, let him know, you know, one of his fellow COK members threw him completely and totally under the bus.
Lisa!
Yeah. So that Kelwin person did that. So there you go. I should take the bell off, because every time I move, this thing's going to go off.
But we need more cowbell.
You always need more cowbell.
Always.
Always.
No, but wait, isn't what's his name? The monarch? Arden. Isn't Arden Kelwin's man-at-arms?
No, I was incorrect on that.
Okay.
I was incorrect on that, but he is part of a belt line that was in that belt line as well.
So there's collusion.
There is still collusion there. There is
Okay.
more provable collusion than the Russians and the President of the United States. Okay. And the question was simply, if you're involved with one of the witnesses somehow, you know, romantically, you know, basically if you're getting your dick wet, you know, should you be involved in that investigation? Should you be running the investigation? And I can say that I've been involved where there was an incident that came up, and there was I had to conduct an investigation. I found out that I was actually involved with one of the individuals involved in the investigation. I stepped down out of it. I'm like, look, I can't. I have a personal bias. As much as you all know that I am as fair as it comes. You know, I've been. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll fucking throw my own kids in jail. I don't care. But I'm as fair as it goes. But I recused myself. I said I'm involved with an individual that's involved in this investigation, and I can no longer conduct it. I need to pass it on to somebody else. And that's the right thing to do.
Yes.
I mean, it really is. You know, we're still waiting to find out what the results of this investigation is, because supposedly this weekend they're supposed to be meeting to determine that. So we don't know yet. So we will move on. We will move on with the next thing. You were discussing the next thing, so you bring it up.
So the next thing is what happened at the GP mid-reign this past yesterday.
I thought you were going to talk about the other thing that got said on the Amtgard Facebook page.
Oh yes, that. That would be the whole gypsy comment.
Yes, once again, gypsies came up in conversation on the Amtgard Facebook page, ladies and gentlemen. And the social justice warriors came out of the woodwork. Yes, they did. They came out and said, "Oh, I'm
Romani.
I'm Romani," and I find that I love how now that gypsy has become a bad thing. Now, all of a sudden, all these people are Romani. Like, there's more Romani people in the game of Amtgard than there was originally a year ago.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, where the fuck did all these people come? I don't remember sitting around some of the campfires with these people, and they say, "Oh, you know, by the way, I'm Romani."
Well, do you know what probably it's probably because they had that DNA test done by Ancestry.com. They're like, "Oh, hey, you're gypsy." They're like, "No, I'm Romani."
Yeah.
I'm triggered.
Yeah, I'm triggered. I'm triggered. Oh God. Oh.
And it's all because the term gypsy is used in Tales of the Bardo.
Yes.
Which is part of Dora and Avatar 10.
Yes.
Considered a playable monster class, so to say. And gypsy is just...
Well, and the Romani people are saying that gypsy is a derogatory term that they were named. Yeah. That it's kind of like some of the selective words you can use for people of color and things like that.
Sorry, I don't buy it.
You know, I don't. I just don't, because the thing is okay, if you go back and you look and you read The Hunchback of Notre Dame, just read the book.
Esmeralda was a gypsy.
Esmeralda was a gypsy, and they did not paint her in a derogatory term. Only the minister of Notre Dame painted gypsies in a derogatory term. The townsfolk did not.
She was pretty hot.
Well, in the movie she was.
Yeah, she was.
In the book, it doesn't really give a complete rundown. It's not like you get to a certain page and there's a 3 fold out like Playboy, you know.
Yeah, but then again, it's Tiffany.
You know, but well, no, The Hunchback of Notre Dame's not a Disney book.
No, but it was a Disney movie.
Yeah, but I read the book, and they don't paint gypsies in a bad light whatsoever. In that, it's the one guy that thinks of them horribly, and the rest of them all love them.
Yeah,
you know. So I'm always at a loss on this. Well, gypsy's a derogatory term, and it's because of this and this and this. Well, okay, fine. You can come up with derogatory terms for every single person on the planet in fucking history.
You cake eater,
right? You know, it's kind of like that one, the one thing that was played for me about calling white people crackers. Like, I don't find that offensive. Crackers are crispy and tasty.
Yes.
You know. So there you go. I've never heard until Amtgard gypsy being a derogatory term.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it being derogatory until my mom and dad had friends who claimed to be gypsies, and they were perfectly fine with it. I had people at our nightclub that came in Reno and called themselves gypsies, and they were perfectly fine with it. Amtgard is the only place I've ever heard somebody say that this is a completely derogatory term, and we can't do this because God help us all.
It's probably one of those things where, in order for you to say that it's okay, you have to be it.
Yeah.
But anybody else?
Oh, did you see the other part of the conversation? Because then it got into white privilege. It reverted into white privilege, and then the comment section got shut off. Because they're like, oh, well, we're not going to go into this. So then it got taken to another person's conversation. Arden had a conversation on his page going on about it. And then another guy had to post on his own Facebook. It was like, well, I feel really bad because evidently I'm a racist and I didn't know it. And somebody's like, well, it's a whole white privilege thing.
Well, since I'm half white, does that mean I only have half the privilege?
You get half off somewhere because you're half white. So you get, like, you go to a buffet and instead of like $15, you could get it for like less, like $7.50.
I thought that was because of military discount.
That's what I thought, but evidently it's partially white privilege.
Wow.
I mean, because white privilege counts for anything.
Oh, well,
just simply, this being white means I was automatically had privilege. I don't know about you, but I had to bust my ass for every fucking thing I've ever done in my lifetime. Nobody ever gave me shit.
So is my mom.
So I don't know when this privilege thing's gonna kick in, but I'm fucking waiting for it. I'm broke. I got shit. When can I have some of this privilege I'm supposed to already have?
Alright, so moving on before this guy has a heart attack.
Right, before they kick our YouTube channel off.
Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and move into GP.
Yes, please tell the story about GP.
Alright, so apparently...
You mean the Empire of...
The eternal Empire of the Golden Plains.
Empire of Golden Plains for Monkey.
No.
There we go.
Yes, because it is Monkey's kingdom, apparently.
A monkey owns the rights to it, evidently.
Oh my God.
Like Jesus Salang evidently has the rights to Amtgard. I guess Monkey has the rights to the Empire.
So, right now, the current monarch, the eternal empire of the Golden Plains for Monkey, is Xander Blackstone, and Xander's actually Monkey's squire.
Yes.
So, GP had their mid-reign yesterday. It was a camping event over in Brownwood.
How many people did they have show up?
Apparently about 57 people showed up to their mid-reign.
Well, it is a mid-reign, and we're talking about the fall.
Yeah, winter time and everything like that, except for 1/6.
Except the fact that it's fucking Texas, so it didn't even snow, so I don't know why people wussed out.
Well, apparently it got to like 23 degrees at
And
night.
it's called Find a Snuggle Bunny.
Yeah, anyways, so here's the thing.
Oh, wait a minute, that's a derogatory term. We can't use that anymore. Sorry, people.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so apparently 1/6 the people in attendance were from out of their kingdom.
Okay, well,
1/6.
evidently GPers don't find their events amusing enough to show up.
So, besides that...
It could have been that great, I didn't show up.
So besides that, they only played 2 battle games for the entire event.
2 battle games.
2 battle games.
Between Friday night and all day Saturday.
Well, they didn't do Friday. It was just Saturday and today.
Okay, so all day Saturday.
All day Saturday, they only had 2 battle games.
Into Saturday night, they only did 2 battle games.
2 battle games. But they also
were
had
they
fight
like
cards.
7 hours apiece?
No, not that I heard.
What the fuck are they doing over there?
So, on top
Our
of
jugging match lasted longer than their fucking battle game. I mean, for fuck's sakes, and we're a duchy.
I mean, yeah.
That's it. Murky waters for Kingdom.
Shit.
We evidently have longer battle games.
But they also did have a fight card, which apparently took all day.
A fight card.
A fight card.
Please explain this.
Apparently, it's a fighter tournament without being a fighter tournament.
How the fuck does that even... What the... Huh?
Yeah.
Explain this.
I have no idea. It was just
He
called
doesn't
fight
even
card.
fucking know.
It's called the fight card. I don't know. They didn't tell me.
They got a chick that comes out in a fucking bikini, and she holds up fucking ring cards, and we're round 1. Monkey just fucking stalls long enough to win. I mean, what?
I don't know.
I mean, that's what he gets accused of.
Yeah. So not only that. So apparently Xander, who is the monarch,
yes,
spent all of his time in the kitchen for the feast.
Okay. Well, I guess that's a good place to put him.
Yeah, but instead of mingling, with the people, the populace, like the
less chance to get assassinated.
Yeah, that's true.
Possibly.
Ooh-wee. Okay. So now, not only that, but apparently,
so this feast must have been fucking epic if the king himself was in there the whole day.
More like an epic fail.
Ooh.
So apparently, they had some kind of mushroom soup and some kind of bread bowl and some kind of chicken.
How do you mess up mushroom soup? It comes in a fucking can. You don't have to do shit.
Well, I don't know exactly what the details were for the soup, but apparently, about half to 3/4 of the bread bowls were completely burnt.
Did he make the bread bowls from scratch, or did he just try to heat them up?
I think he just tried to heat them up. And also,
this guy burns water too.
Also, some kind of chicken got burnt as well.
Well, chicken you can easily burn. A lot of people fucked that up.
Yeah, but apparently...
Give the benefit of the doubt on that.
Apparently, they spent an exorbitant amount of money for feast just to have it all fucked up. Just to the point that majority of the people who ate the feast literally took off to go get fast food instead.
You know you suck when they leave the Kingdom event to go get fast food because they can't eat your feast.
And that was from the monarch.
I've done feasts, and I haven't had that problem.
So apparently, also, he gave out awards. He gave out a lot of awards.
Well, how the hell did he give out a lot of awards? He was in the kitchen fucking up feast all day.
So he gave a lot of lower level awards, like 1st through 3rd, for a shit ton of people.
And we have a comment in our chat room now. By the way, those of you who are watching, we do have a chat room.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Yeah. So he gave 1st through 3rds for a lot of people at a Kingdom level event. Honestly, in my opinion, that should be left to
park level.
Exactly.
The only reason why, when I was king of Crystal Groves, the only reason why I handed out anything below that is because the populace came to me and said, "Look, our monarch just won't do it, and they've over-earned it." And I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll take care of it. I don't care."
Yeah, I mean that's understandable. On top of that, he also gave a couple.
It is Tasha that's in our chat room.
Yes, it is Tasha.
Okay, so there you go.
Yes.
By the way, I enjoyed our feast today.
It was alright.
I wish I could have had more dessert.
Yeah. So, not only that, he also gave, as far as I know, he gave 3 masterhoods yesterday, which is cool.
Okay.
One of them went to Sir Anubis.
Okay.
This guy is a phenomenal leather worker. He's great. Awesome. I'm pretty sure
So he got his master or what?
I don't know.
Okay.
Master something.
Okay.
Master it.
Hey, well, congratulations.
Yeah.
We know that you definitely do great leather
Yeah.
work.
So here's the kicker. The two other people who received Masterhoods at the event got their 10th and Masterhood right away back to back.
You just don't do that.
Now,
not a 10th and a Masterhood back to back
yeah.
like that.
Well, apparently, one of the people who received their 10th and Masterhood was so bad that even their home park was like, he shouldn't have gotten it.
Wow, you can't even win over your own home park to get them to say, hey, look, hey, good job, you earned it.
Yeah. And then the other person who received their Master Dragon.
Master Dragon, okay.
Apparently this person, does, a lot of the artwork and the scrolls and everything like that for the kingdom, which is awesome. But apparently got 10th and Masterhood back to back, just like that, all in the same go.
Now, is this person to the level of Bacon's wife?
I don't know, but I don't think so.
Oh, I got a message.
Yeah. But I don't think so. Then again, I've never seen their work, and from what I heard is that, like, they do awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But, the way where they're at right now is not Masterhood level. But then again, come to find out, that all these people who got their stuff, besides Sir Anubis, is all in Monkey's Beltline.
Collusion?
Collusion. On top of that, there was supposed to be one other one, which was supposed to be a big drop of awards for one person. But the only reason why it didn't happen was because they didn't show up.
Well, it's going to be a little hard to justify what did you say? Was 7, 8, 9, 10, and
7,
Master?
8, 9, 10, and Masterhood. All in one go.
For what category?
Rose.
Yeah, we both got the same. What the fuck?
To be followed up with a knighting at coronation.
Even people in our own studio are just like, the fuck?
That,
what are you doing over there, people?
Again, pro monkey knighting.
I mean, don't get me wrong, okay? People say what they will. My interactions with Monkey have always been positive. We hung out at Clan. That dude made me laugh. Like, no, after I got struck by lightning and knocked unconscious by a blown arrow all in the same event. Okay? Bad Clan for me. But, okay, still, great time with him. Made me laugh. Wonderful to hang out with. Didn't get to fight him, but still, okay? But to hear when this is happening, when you have a monarch of a kingdom that is dumping all these awards off on one person's belt line, that's not good.
On top of that, he also gave awards to his champion and regent.
Well, it depends.
Yeah, except for...
Well, I mean, I would say, can he justify it? But after doing what he's done, I don't think he can justify taking a shit right now.
Really can't. I mean, honestly, if it were up to me, I would save giving the regent and the champion awards until after you step down and have the incoming monarch do it at coronation.
Well, unless your incoming monarch fucking hates them, and then it doesn't
then
work.
Yeah, then
do it as they're stepping down.
Yeah.
You do it as they're stepping down. Hey, you did a great job, even though I fucked everything up, so here you go.
But from what I'm hearing is, it's for stuff that's happened that event.
They handed out awards for shit that happened at that event.
Yes.
Okay. The only time you ever do something like that, and I'll tell you this right now, because one of the individuals in our studio did get awarded for her service at helping run that event, which is Lariel. She got her rose at that event, for working that event. But it's a lower level rose.
I've actually had my 9th given to me for an event that I worked that.
But the thing is it's still a lower level rose. When it's a lower level, then you can do it. You can get away with that fine. But when you get into the upper echelon, that's got to wait.
Mine wasn't upper. Mine was a 9.
I know that. But I'm not. But I'm saying is it's not one. I put in recommendation for your 9th.
Yeah.
Okay. But the thing is, you've done so much other shit besides that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that it's just the event capped it off.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you got lower level awards, okay, you
absolutely.
can do them for that event right then and there. But when you get to the higher ones, that's when you get the recommendation, and then you got to give it some consideration.
Yes.
Before you move forward with it. You can't just go, hey, by the way, here's your 10th for fucking being a trash crat today.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
I had to use William Squire as an example. He's right in my peripheral.
So besides that, that's about all we have for for GP.
Yeah, that's all we had. I mean, well, fuck, we don't really need to keep going.
No, we don't.
It's starting to look as bad as that other kingdom over there on the East Coast.
So, okay, so I believe we already got into the investigation update for KCG.
Saying there is no investigation update.
There's no investigation.
There's nothing.
All right, so that's going to cover everything for
That's
Amtgard.
Amtgard!
That's Amtgard!
Okay.
All right, so now moving into real world shit.
No, there's no conversation about some guy randomly shooting a whole bunch of fucking people. We're not going to get into gun control because we've already had beaten that into the fucking ground.
Granted.
However, have you seen the latest meme that's going around, though?
Which one?
There's a picture of that gun from The Fifth Element, the one he sold.
Yes.
And it says Democrats be asking when, when are we going to ban the AR-15? And it's a picture of that gun from The Fifth Element. And every time I look at that, all I can keep seeing is a red button. It's like, because a smart person would ask what the red button's for.
Gary Oldman, I love that guy.
But we're not gonna get into fuck that shit.
So in the news in the world today.
Okay, so this is like straight out of Red October. Go ahead and tell them what the article is.
So apparently there is a submarine that is missing in Argentina. It is part of the Argentinian fleet. What makes it even better is that it's one of 3 brand new submarines that the Argentinian naval fleet had received.
Okay, first of all, I didn't know the Argentinians had a navy.
I didn't know that either. It's kind
now
of like, it's kind of like how we don't know why Canadians have warships.
Right? They're icebreakers. That's it.
So
they double as bubblegum commercial.
So the Argentinians lost a brand new submarine 267 miles off the coast of Argentina.
How the fuck? Okay.
My guess is that they're used to the old like World War II U-boats.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How many people here have seen The Hunt for Red October? Okay. Anybody remember at the end of the movie, they didn't want to admit that they had lost the Red October, and then they were like, oh, it sank at the bottom, and then the Russians thought the Red October got sank, but actually the other one got sank. Then he has to look at our Secretary of State and go, oh, well, we have a matter that we need to discuss with you concerning a submarine that's been lost. And he has to look at it's missing, and he goes, you lost another submarine? Okay, how do you lose a brand new sub less than 300 miles off of your coast? Fuck, send a diver. They'd find it.
Well,
I mean, even if it's completely dark, it'll just randomly bump into the fucking thing after a while.
So right now, the way that
they defected. There's now a submarine in Norfolk Naval Base that everybody's labeled as that's just U1-5, which Red October is U1-4. It's already sitting there. Oops, that's classified. Okay.
Yeah. So
it's not anymore. It's not anymore.
Yeah. So pretty much what's going on is that they already have like research planes from NASA that has been looking for it. They have satellites that's been doing reconnaissance and everything like that. On top of that, U.S. Navy, Argentina Navy, so on and so forth have been looking for this. But apparently, the search has been delayed for the next 48 hours due to inclement weather.
Is that why the submarine's fucking missing too?
Probably.
I mean, all it had to do was submerge. You know what? They're gonna find them motherfuckers off the coast of fucking Havana. They're all gonna have cigars and fucking drinking rum.
That would be life.
I mean, you could go from South America. You could go from Argentina. I was looking for it. I knew it was here somewhere. Okay, you could go. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Now it's just unknown substance. You could go from Argentina to Havana. I'm pretty sure you could go and just. It shouldn't take that terrible long. I mean, isn't Argentina a South American country?
Yes.
Okay, this is another reason why I didn't know they had a navy. I didn't think there's.
South America's a continent.
I realize it's a continent, and Argentina is a country in that continent.
Yes.
Okay, but I did not know that Argentina was big enough to require fucking a submarine, let alone 3 of them.
This one he goes.
What the fuck is happening in South America that the Argentinians need a goddamn nuclear submarine? Let alone 3 of them.
This one it goes. I can't word good.
I mean, somebody sold them on this shit. Some guy went down there and said, let me tell you something, son. You're not a fucking Navy unless you have a nuclear-powered submarine. The United States Navy has a nuclear-powered submarine. Okay? And you're not one unless you have one, and I'm going to sell you one. I'm going to give you a special. If you buy 3 of them right now, I'm only going to sell them to you for $27 billion. Now, that's way off the asking price, normal. And I'm losing on this deal. And you know what? I bet you're like, make it rain, make it rain. We're getting a fucking submarine. Nobody knows how to fucking use it. But we're going to get in the bitch and we're going to go somewhere.
And then they lose it.
And then they fucking lose the thing. Where's that? Yeah, they don't need a fucking Navy.
They have a large amount of coastline.
That doesn't... Who the fuck is invading?
Why the fuck do they need a submarine? And why are you talking?
Who's attacking Argentina?
You sound illiterate.
No, I don't.
No.
They have a...
I don't know where Argentina's at.
Okay, I know it's in South America. Okay, I know that much. But who the fuck is invading Argentina?
Alright, so...
Is Brazil... If Brazil wanted to attack Argentina, they don't need the fucking Navy. They just go across the border.
Alright, so...
Not to mention the fact, didn't they like fucking fail at the Olympics? So why are they fucking even gonna have a goddamn Navy? They can't even get people to perform for a fucking gold medal, let alone get in a nuclear-powered fucking submarine that evidently my 5-year-old knows how to operate better than they do, and take it 300 miles off the fucking coast. How hard is this?
Settle.
I get pissed if I lose my keys. I can not only imagine what the Secretary of the Navy of Argentina, if that guy fucking exists.
I bet you his name is Pepe and goes, I don't know.
That motherfucker's picking coffee beans now in Colombia. He ain't the Secretary of the Navy anymore.
Alright, so.
And that's not the only Navy we get to poke fun at tonight, but we're going to move on with what we're doing, and we'll get to that later.
Yes.
Stay tuned for more, because the United States doesn't look any fucking better.
No, they don't. Alright, so moving on. In Morocco now.
Oh,
We're
God.
moving to Morocco.
Oh, we're moving to Morocco. They got some hot women there.
So we go from South America to Africa.
Okay.
So, apparently there was a stampede. Not just a stampede, but a food stampede.
A food stampede.
A food stampede.
Are they that short on food?
Apparently,
they got a fucking stampede?
Apparently the food stampede killed 15 people and injured 40. Or 40 plus.
Let me guess, they put in a Walmart for the first fucking time. It was like Black Friday came early.
Shit. Apparently. But apparently...
Like the Tickle Me Elmo stampede they have here in the United States.
Apparently this aid delivery that happened where they got, a shipment of food created a huge fucking ruckus that apparently a shit ton of people decided to break down the barriers, rush in, and try to grab as much food as they can.
Is it that bad in Morocco? Did I miss something? I didn't think Morocco was hurting that bad that they had to have a food stampede.
I don't know. But apparently most of the injured were women and old people.
Isn't that usually like, that's like when anything ever happens, they said it affects infants and elderly.
Yeah. But I think the reason why it happened is because of the immigration that's been happening from, all the people that's been coming out from all the war-torn countries.
Is like Morocco like in the center of all that shit? But they're like, are they like Switzerland? Or like, hi, we're here, but we ain't getting involved.
Pretty much.
So everybody just goes, fuck it, we're going there.
Yes, pretty much.
It's like the bar that doesn't do cover charge on Friday nights.
Yeah.
Everybody's going there.
Yeah.
But they killed 15 fucking people in a food stampede. Yeah. Let me guess, those 15 people they did not find. They only slightly confirmed they're dead because the rest of the people took them off and are eating them now.
I would not doubt it. They do need that protein.
Not exactly the way I'd want to get protein.
No, not at all.
I could think of other more maybe viable options. Like eating bugs would be better than eating people.
Or sucking dick.
I wasn't going there. You were. I'm not going that route. I'll starve to death.
Alright, so I think we're going to move on.
I think we just threw out the joke that just totally derailed that whole conversation. Alright, so the next one here, ladies and gentlemen, Cards Against Humanity. You all love to play that game, and it's that moment where white people get to act racist and get away with it.
Play the bigger, blacker dick.
Yeah, always. Or you always involve something. If you've got something in the oven with the Nazis, you always play the Jew card.
Auschwitz?
Yes, there you go. Anytime you play the game, you've got to be sick and twisted. Anyway, Cards Against Humanity. They bought a portion of the land where the border wall is going to go with purpose of not building the wall. They bought it, so they can't build a wall on it.
Mm-hmm.
However, I have bad news for Cards Against Humanity. Okay? We have this little rule in our laws. It's called eminent domain. And the United States government can come in and take that shit, and all they have to do is their first initial offer has to be fair market value of the property. If you refuse to accept it, and at that point they are allowed to they're allowed to start dropping that price in percentage, or a judge has to force you to take it. Either or, you're going to lose the land.
Yes.
So it was a cool little stunt that you pulled, and I get it.
Honestly,
I get it.
why don't they do this instead? What if they go ahead on that property, they go ahead and build the wall, okay? But on the opposite side, on the Mexico side, they put a table right against the wall with a limited edition, like, Vaquero set of Cards Against Humanity.
Probably or they could put, or on our side, like each week or each month, they put a new card up, and then people just take like markers and go up to the board and write the card that they drew to go with it.
Yeah.
That'd be like a marketing genius.
That would be awesome.
People would then start buying the fucking cards that didn't even know what the hell this shit was, and then they saw it and they thought, they started reading it and going, this fucking game looks awesome. We should try this. And then they sell more fucking copies. Instead, they're like, oh, we're going to buy this and we're going to look really cool, and then a bunch of people who don't like the wall are going to buy our cards because we did this, but then the government's going to come and go, oh, fuck you, we're taking the land back.
Yes.
You're going to lose money on the deal. Congratulations. You did not read the rules and regulations in the United States when it comes to eminent domain. Way to go.
Jackasses.
I guarantee after they lose their land, though, that'll be in the next set of cards.
Yes!
It will be
That'll
in the
be
next set of
expansion.
cards. Yeah, it'll be in an expansion on how the government fucks you over cards.
The government
Which none of us is
totally
arguing, because the
sucks,
government
you
fucks everybody
motherfucker.
over.
The government totally sucks.
Right, there you go.
And Franklin was a rebel indeed. He liked to get naked while he smoked on the weed.
That was our entertainment portion of the program. I hope you guys stayed. That was brought to you by nobody. Because nobody wanted to sponsor that shit.
Alright, so moving on.
Alright, moving on.
So, in France.
Oh, in France!
In France.
Wee wee.
Apparently they can't do shit right over there either.
No, they fucked up.
So,
Well, no, they did not fuck up. One guy.
One guy.
It's part of the French police department.
So, apparently, this French policeman goes into a house. I believe it's either his or his girlfriend's
No, it
house.
was his girlfriend's.
It was his girlfriend's house.
It was his girlfriend's house.
Goes in there with the intention of killing her.
This is starting to sound like that place in Texas that shot up the church, only this wasn't a mass killing this time.
Yeah. So apparently, and the report said that he shot the girlfriend in the face
In the face!
while she was in her car.
Yeah, so he didn't go in the house. He was outside, walked up, shot her in the face in the car.
Then goes inside the house, shoots at the girlfriend's father, the girlfriend's mother, the girlfriend's sister, and then, as he was walking out, there was two passerbys, and he shot them too.
He only killed the father and the two
Two
passerbys. The grandmother, the sister, and his girlfriend who was shot in the face at point blank range is still alive.
And then he turned around and shot himself while in the lawn.
Of the next door neighbor's house.
Yes.
Didn't do it in their house. Walked next door, then blew his fucking brains out.
He probably tried to be as respectful as possible.
The fuck do you need to be respectful now? You just shot your girlfriend in the face. You shot her mom. You shot her sister. Killed her dad and two poor schmucks that probably were walking down the street, just got a set of croissants. And they're fucking dead now. They had nothing to do with it. They were like, hey, we got some croissants. And bam, they're fucking dead. Getting croissants in France is fucking deadly. Especially when you got a French cop on the edge.
Jesus. That's
The only people that are supposed to have guns in that country are now become the most deadly motherfuckers in that country. Oh, God, domestic disputes lately become fucking deadly.
Yeah, no shit.
I mean, it's like, fuck you, boom!
And I thought the U.S. was bad.
I mean, it used to be you just put on a wife beater, beat the shit out of somebody, and they filmed an episode of Cops in your front yard, but everybody lived.
Now,
You just look like a retard while they had the camera stuck in your face.
Now the question of all questions is, when he went in there with a gun, did the rest of them start waving a white flag?
Did they immediately surrender as soon as he came in? I mean, they do that. I mean, we've had to bail them out of 2 really big ones in this world, but it's like that one commercial. But you do have to give it to them for mayonnaise. Mayonnaise was a wonderful French invention.
Yes. Now I will say this: the best contribution that they gave, besides mayonnaise and French fries.
French fries are not French.
Shut up. It has French in it. It's during World War I. They donated monkeys.
Hey, look, and the Statue of Liberty.
And the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, it's the Statue.
But apparently, during World War I, when they gave monkeys, they would put the monkeys onto the actual field, so as they're running across, they would blow up the mines.
Wow, that PETA did not exist. I'm telling you. French would still be involved in lawsuits over that shit.
Alright, so
let's move on to, hey, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're wondering, for those of you that were born in the 70s, this week is the 46th anniversary of the D.B. Cooper case. Now, for those of you who don't watch the conspiracy shit on Netflix like I do, like I watch every documentary they have, D.B. Cooper is the one who hijacked the plane going for, shit, I forgot where they were coming out of. They were heading to Seattle. And hijacked the plane, stole everybody's shit on the plane and a bunch of money, and then he jumped out the back of the plane.
Wasn't it like $200,000?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And jumped out of the back of the plane, had a parachute, and went down. And on those planes, they have the rear steps for loading food and stuff like that onto the plane. And he extended down the the rear steps out of the back of the tail, and off he went. And nobody ever found him, and they thought, you know, he died, and they can never find a body, so they think he's alive. Nobody fucking knows.
So apparently, there
was a letter released by the FBI.
And it was a carbon copy of the letter that was originally found. Apparently, it is known and proven to be written by D.B. Cooper himself.
Yep.
And apparently, it even states in the letter that D.B. Cooper, while he was doing that, only had 14 months to live.
It was 14 months? I thought it was 4 months.
Nope,
14 months to live.
Yeah, 14 months to live.
Okay, that seems a little sketchy, though. I mean, most of the time you can kind of narrow it down. Like, if you got cancer or something, like, well, you give us a couple months. 14 months is a bit long.
Yeah.
I mean, then again, if you're going to have a bucket list and you're going to fucking die, I mean, hijacking a plane and stealing everybody's valuables and all the money on it, what the fuck, why not? What are they going to do, send you to prison for life? I mean, shit, by the time you finally get sentenced, you only got 10 months to go.
If that.
You're going to spend most of it in the infirmary dying, so, I mean, fuck, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I figured my bucket list was, if I knew I was going to die, it was like, you know, I figured it'd be something like, hey, let's go 300 miles an hour down a fucking, through a salt flat just to see if the car implodes and I die, you know?
Yeah, while you know...
Get launched in outer space on a bottle rocket. I don't know. Those are things on my list.
While mainlining heroin with a passed out hooker in the back, a goat in the front, and a stolen case of Schlitz.
Okay, the stolen case of Schlitz would make everybody feel really bad for you because you stole a case of Schlitz. Like, you can go to a liquor store like, dude, we can't sell this shit. You want it? They fucking steal it. I mean, like, they'd really pursue you for that. Where's he going? Hey, stop him! No, it's just a case of Schlitz, dude. It's cool. It's one less thing we got to worry about. So yeah, there you go. So there's a little bit of there you go. DB Cooper. A lot of you probably didn't even know what the fuck we were talking about, and you're gonna go watch Netflix now because there is a fucking documentary on DB Cooper on Netflix. So go check it out.
Or if you watch the movie Without a Paddle.
Without a Paddle, they cover it in that too.
Yes, they do.
And in fact, there's an entire city up there in Washington that celebrates the day that he did it.
Yeah.
They have DB Cooper Day. It's fucking crazy. It's in that documentary. You gotta watch it. It's fucking weird. So.
Moving on to our final topic.
After we made all those jokes about the Argentinian Navy.
Now it's time to make fun of our own.
Yes. Now, most of you are well aware that our Navy hasn't exactly been the greatest in the Pacific Fleet. Okay. We all know that a couple months ago, back in January, almost a year ago, January, a cruiser ran aground near Yokosuka. In May, the guided missile cruiser and a South Korean fishing vessel came in contact with each other.
Near Yokosuka. In June, we had 7 sailors killed on the USS Fitzgerald when it ran into a container ship.
Near Yokosuka.
How the fuck do you miss a container ship? Has anybody here been down to the ocean when those fuckers are coming around port?
Well, here's the thing. Apparently,
It's a moving building. Like, it's a moving skyscraper. How do you fucking not see it? Well, the radar says it's not there. Open your fucking eyes. There's a goddamn building coming this way.
Well, truth be told, a lot of it actually had to do with these Japanese vessels. Because someone would actually lose propulsion and...
Well, didn't they prove, though, that the other one, which I was getting ready to say, was actually our fault?
Yes.
The McCain one?
Yes.
Yeah, on August 10th, we had 10 sailors. On August 10th, we had 10. On the 10th of the 10, we had 10 die.
No, that's 8.
What?
On the 10th of the 8th.
Well, I know that.
Because August is 8.
Yeah, I wasn't arguing that.
Okay.
That's why I kept saying August. Okay, 10 sailors died in USS McCain when it ran into an oil tanker. And they determined that that was actually the McCain's fault. That the oil tanker had the right of way. Mm-hmm. Isn't it starting to be like that one joke of that commercial where they have that one where they've got the, what is it, the battleship or what, or no, the cruiser, and in the Irish lighthouse, where he says we're such and such, one of the most powerful destroyers in the United States Navy, and you will move aside. He goes,
No.
we're a lighthouse, mate. It's your call.
No. It wasn't the Irish lighthouse, and I've actually heard the actual transmissions between the two. It was actually a lighthouse that was in South America. That was by the
Yeah, but every time
Suez Canal.
but every time they have the commercial, it's an Irish guy that's in the lighthouse talking to him. So that's why it always gets confusing where the other. But I mean, still. Okay, so that's where we're at as of then. That was in August. Well, congratulations to the United States Navy. Now, after the USS, let's make sure we keep everybody up to date on the timeline. After the incident in August, they fired the commander of the Pacific Fleet.
Yes.
They fired him. Or, well, they relieved him of command. You don't exactly fire an admiral that level. You just move
got fired!
You move into a desk job somewhere in a Pentagon where he's basically here, sign this shit. Okay, and it moves on. That's his whole life now. Okay, now, guess what just happened, folks? Go ahead and tell people what happened.
So, apparently, a Japanese tugboat lost power while it was in motion. And what's Newton's third law of energy? It's an object in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by an equal or opposing force.
Yes.
So,
I
apparently,
had no fucking idea.
this Japanese tugboat started floating along and crashed into the side of the USS Benfold.
The United States Navy wishes at this time to apologize to the nation of Japan for being everywhere where shit has fucked up.
Yeah. Now, the reason why that I actually got really excited about it being the USS Benfold is because I remember when I was in high school, I read a book called It's Your Ship by, I believe, Rear Admiral Michael D. Abrashoff. And
Wasn't he on the Benfold?
He was the commanding officer of the USS Benfold.
How long has that ship been around?
That ship has been around for about 20 years now.
I think it's time to fucking put that bitch in mothballs.
It's a good ship.
Well, so is the Lollipop, but it ain't in service either. Just saying.
Yeah. But no, it's that's the reason why I got really excited about this, because it had Benfold and it was one of my favorite books growing up, because it talked about leadership positions and being a leader.
That was dogs fighting.
No, that was Rock accidentally stepping on your dog.
Okay, so
Yeah. So apparently now Japan, it's all like, what the fuck are we gonna do? And the US is like, what the fuck are we gonna do? And now it's getting to the point where it's like all this shit is fucking happening in Japan with the US Navy that we might end up starting a war with them again.
right, because I mean, at some point, they're gonna get tired of having to replace their shit. We're gonna get tired of having to replace our shit, and neither one of us is gonna admit who's fucking it up.
Oh, Japan is actually taking fault for it.
Well, I mean, it's their tug that lost. I mean, obviously, we've got a problem navigating the Japanese waters. I mean, evidently, we've got an issue here. Okay? Either one, we haven't updated the Garmin's yet to say, turn right here.
We use Garmin's?
I don't know.
I thought we used TomTom.
Well, there could be our fucking problem. Maybe we need to go to Google Maps. I mean, they seem pretty accurate.
Sometimes.
Evidently, whatever it is, it'd be more accurate. I know how the Navy they use geo satellite navigations, and and then the radar system tells them whether or not there's objects in proximity. We could spend 5 fucking hours explaining the entire system,
I think
everybody would be fucking asleep.
I think I'm leaning more towards trusting Skynet now.
Why can't we go back to a guy sitting on the bow?
Saying, hey, there's something coming! Something coming!
I mean, it didn't
work. Shit!
It didn't work out so well for the Titanic, but I mean, it's still a pretty proven maritime thing. To have a guy with a set of binoculars on the front who sits there, and when he does this on this side, that means there's something over here we need to be aware of. He holds this hand up, means something over here. Or if he does this, that means fucking stop, or the Cowboys finally got a touchdown. One of the two. I don't know.
It wasn't called the boatswain?
I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But there used to be a guy that sat on the bow. There was a guy that sat in a crow's nest. That was the dude that told everybody when land was ahead or that there was attacking ships coming. But the guy on the bow was there to sit there and tell you whether or not there was shit you're getting close to that you need to be worried about. Mm-hmm. We need to go back to that. Because that was the only thing that worked. Because we're using all this sophisticated equipment. They have these ships that now... I saw them testing one in Norfolk when I was living there, where they now have a ship, they have a destroyer that can run off of only, 12 guys running the whole fucking ship?
Skeleton crew.
Okay, they can run this entire ship effectively in a battle theater. As long as, I guess, the theater's not in fucking Japan. Because if the theater of battle is in Japan seas, we're going to hit something, and a pull line from a movie. At some point, the president's going, I want you to go out there and hit the pace car. Hit the pace car, hit the pace car, because you've hit every damn thing else out there. I want you to be perfect. Because what haven't they fucking hit yet? A blimp?
Oh, that reminds me. We also forgot to say that, the cruiser ran aground in Yokosuka?
So they did hit Japan.
They did hit Japan.
So what haven't they hit yet?
They haven't hit the nuclear reactor.
The bottom of the...
No, the Earth fucked that up.
But it wasn't the Navy.
And they're trying to say, oh, this could very well be the very next Chernobyl.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I don't think so. No. There's spots that Chernobyl's reactor. Ain't nobody getting in there for still another 500 fucking years. Yeah. But still, I mean, they've hit every fucking thing else in Japan. What's left? Right. The old fishing dude in a little rowboat. I think that's the only thing I haven't mowed over yet.
I'm old Greg!
Ah, shit! That was the only words in English that man ever spoke, and he said it right then and there.
Oh, Gosira!
That's the only thing left. We'll run the fuck over some poor fishing guy in Japan. Fishing for 27 generations. The U.S. Navy said, fuck this, it stops now.
Alright, so I believe that's all we have.
That's all we got, folks.
Hey.
Well, I mean,
now, we will go ahead and say that, 25 people for the subscribers?
The first 25 is the...
Yes.
Yes, the first...
So, shut up, Miranda. You dropped the ball. You're dropping the ball, man.
Jareth, you dropped the ball.
So, the first 25 subscribers for...
You can't really see it that well. We do it. We let you see it, but then they kick the channel off
Fuck that. I'm
for copyright infringement.
So, the first 25 subscribers...
You're a little off.
The first 25 subscribers...
Oh, yeah, he's so sexy.
So sexy.
Yeah,
comes with the base. Yeah. So, when we go ahead and hit 25 subscribers for our channel...
We're going to pick one of y'all random. We're going to take all of our subscribers. We're going to put their names in a hat live here while we do it. And we're going to pick a name out and you win. Yes. We're going to ship it to you free of charge if you're not here in Texas. If you're here in Texas, we'll just show up. Better provide dinner. But if you're anywhere in the United States whatsoever, we're going to ship it to you absolutely free of charge. You're not going to have to pay for anything. It's just your name, and we're going to get in contact with you. Give us your address, where we send them off to. Please, folks, where it's going to end up. Not a post office box. Because we're not shipping this USPS because, my God, it'll fucking go around the world in 80 days. Well, actually more like 8,000 days.
Yeah.
We're going to FedEx it or UPS it to you.
And the one that we're going to be sending you will be mint condition.
Yes, it's not going to be this one that's on the set. You're going to get one in the box, never opened before.
Yes.
So there you go.
All right, so
that's it.
I'm
We
Raj.
know you do.
I'm
That's why
Raj.
your name's not going to go in a hat.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And we already know that I suck Miranda.
I'm not commenting on that, but I've heard rumors. All right, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is
The
officially...
Raj and Red Show.
That's right. It's over. It's done. We're going to go ahead and take off. Bye, folks. Have yourselves a wonderful day. And remember, don't do what we wouldn't do, which doesn't leave you a whole lot of room for error, if you know what I mean, folks.
Just a small little gray area.
It's just a little one. All right, so folks, have yourself a wonderful week. And for Raj and Rich, I'm Rich, and we're saying goodbye. We're off like a brown dress, rolling like a hunchback, doing somersaults. Good night.